Lesson 24, Taxes.
Calculation. Calculation.
According to my calculations, I'll owe less money on my income taxes this year.
Deadline. Deadline.
The deadline for paying this year's taxes is just 2 weeks away.
File. File.
If you file your taxes late, you will have to pay a fine.
Fill out. Fill out.
I usually ask someone to help me fill out my tax form.
Give up. Give up.
Ms. Gomez is so optimistic that she never gives up.
Joint. Joint.
We opened a joint bank account 5 years ago.
Oh. Oh.
As the business grew, the owner paid back loans and owed less money.
Penalty. Penalty.
Anyone who pays less than they should in taxes will face a penalty.
Preparation. Preparation.
Income tax preparation can take a long time.
Refund. Refund.
With the tax refund, we bought 2 plane tickets.
Spouse. Spouse.
My spouse prepares the tax return for both of us.
Withhold. Withhold.
Do not withhold any information from your accountant or he will not be able to prepare your tax form correctly. Word families, calculate. The young man tries to calculate his expenses every month. Calculation. The calculation is no more difficult than high school math, calculator. In order to avoid making addition and subtraction errors, I suggest you use a calculator. File. Don't wait until the last minute to file your taxes, file. I keep all my tax information in one file. Joint. My husband and I filed a joint tax return, jointly. Even though you are separated right now, you will save money if you and your wife file your taxes jointly. Penalize. The government will penalize taxpayers who try to evade paying their fair share of taxes, penalty. For every dollar you owe in overdue taxes, a 10% penalty is imposed. Penal. Tax evasion is a penal offense. Prepare. Most people wait until the last minute to prepare their tax returns, preparation. If you are organized, income tax preparation takes only a few hours, preparatory. The preparatory work for doing my taxes is more time-consuming than filling out the forms. Refund. The government should refund your overpaid taxes within a few weeks of filing your tax return, refund. If you have overpaid your income taxes, you will get a refund at the end of the year, refundable. Sales tax that tourists pay in a foreign country may be refundable when they leave the country. Word practice, Part 1, Words in context, read the following passage and write the words in the blanks below: calculated, fill out, deadline, gave up, filed, joint, owe, penalized, prepares, refund, spouse, withhold. Every year, my wife gathers all of our pay stubs and expense reports to fill out our tax forms. She tries to finish them in March, well before the April 15th. It's a time-consuming process. There are receipts to find, records to organize, and forms to. When we first got married, we separate returns. But now she marks me as her, and files the return. It saves us money and saves me time. My wife is very proud of her accuracy. The government has never sent the forms back with corrections. For several years now, we have received a. But this year, she, the numbers over and over again and found we had not paid enough taxes throughout the year. She didn't want any money. Finally, she sent in our check. Actually, it was my fault. I had changed jobs and didn't ask my employer enough money from my paychecks. I'm just glad we found and corrected the mistake before we got. Part 2, Incomplete Sentences. Choose the word that best completes the sentence. 1. According to we owe a lot of money in taxes this year. A. Calculations. B. Calculated. C. Calculators. D. Calculate. 2. Those on my desk contain all the information we'll need for preparing our taxes. A. Filed. B. Files. C. File. D. Filing. 3. It is usually advantageous for spouses to file their income taxes. A. Joints. B. Jointly. C. Joint. D. Jointed. 4. We didn't know we had to claim the interest from our savings account and were, for the error, A. Penalize. B. Penalizing. C. Penalty. D. Penalized. 5. Of the forms took much less time than we expected. A. Preparatory. B. Preparation. C. Prepared. D. Prepares. 6. I didn't overpay my taxes this year, so I didn't get A. Refunded. B. Refundable. C. Refund. D. Refunds. Part 3, Text Completion. Choose the word or phrase that best completes the sentence. Smith-Johnson, tax preparation. We take away the headaches of tax time. Your own taxes can be frustrating and often leads to costly errors in calculations. Are you ready to give up trying to fill your tax forms on your own? Smith-Johnson Tax Preparation can help you. People who use professional tax preparers get larger refunds and avoid underpayment and missed deadlines. Make tax time easier. Call us today. You owe it to yourself. 1. A. Prepare. B. To prepare. C. Preparing. D. Preparation. 2. A. In. B. Up. C. Out. D. Through. 3. A. Penance. B. Penalties. C. Penumbras. D. Peninsulas. Part 4, Reading Comprehension. Questions 1, 5 refer to the following letter. April 1st, 20XX, Mr. Roger Earnshaw, 2943 Northern Boulevard, New Orange, NH. Dear Mr. Earnshaw, enclosed are your completed tax forms. which I have prepared for you at your request. I am sorry to report that you will not receive the $500 refund that you expected. Instead, my calculations show that you owe $450 in taxes, as well as an additional penalty of $45 for underpayment of taxes. The reason for this is that you and your spouse have chosen not to file your taxes jointly this year. You may want to reconsider this for the future since, as you can see, it is more costly for married couples to file separately. If you and your spouse wish to continue to file separately, you may want to ask your employer to withhold a greater amount from your paycheck so that you don't end up owing money again next year. This will be even more important if you get the salary increase that you have been hoping for. Write out a check for the taxes that you still owe and the penalty and mail it together with your tax forms before the April 15th deadline. Please let me know if I can be of any further assistance. Sincerely, Kathleen O'Hara, CPA. 1. Who wrote the letter? A. A tax agent. B. A tax preparer. C. Mr. Earnshaw's spouse. D. Mr. Earnshaw's employer. 2. What is the total amount that Mr. Earnshaw owes? A. $45. B. $450. C. $495. D. $500. 3. What does Ms. O'Hara recommend to Mr. Earnshaw to improve his tax situation? A. Get married. B. File separately. C. Ask for a salary increase. D. Withhold more from his checks. 4. The word jointly in line 7 is closest in meaning to A. Together. B. Apart. C. On time. D. Finally. 5. The word deadline in line 17 is closest in meaning to A. Holiday. B. Schedule. C. Anniversary. D. Due date.